Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Uncensored with Sevyn K. I am Sevyn K, a relationship, life, and manifestation coach, combining all teachings to bring you the love, life, and success you so much want, need, and desire. So hello everybody, and I wanted to thank you for supporting and joining my channel. I just want to always be sure to give the flowers to everyone that's been with me since day one. So welcome to all new and existing subscribers, viewers. Thank you so much, everybody, for the lovely comments and chiming in to help each other, support each other. And I absolutely am so grateful and blessed for the way that the channel and this community is growing. So I've added a couple of perks, some membership options that you guys can join. So you can, kind of dig deep a little bit in getting to know me, interact with me. Just check in on some of those membership perks and exclusives because I'm open and ready, to get to know the viewers and subscribers a lot more beyond just posting comments. So thank you again so much, everyone. So I wanted to get into this question really quickly, and I promise that this video won't be as long as most of my videos, and I hope that you do enjoy my long videos because I'm not in a rush when I get to talking. But basically the question has always been, Sevyn, is my ex or the dumper gonna forget me because I've gone into no contact? So the answer to that question is no. And the reason for that is because human beings, when they're in a relationship, they've grown accustomed to the familiarity of your routine, habits, the structure that you guys had, time with you, intimacy, conversation, and believe it or not, even some of the bad moments and the arguments and maybe what actually even caused the breakup are still parts of a person's memory and history with you. And when a dumper decides to exit the relationship, they've convinced themselves over time that there's something more out there that is going to add to their happiness. And that unfortunately, the connection that you guys share no longer provides them, with the fulfillment, the happiness that they so much crave, need, and want. And so they make the choice over time to walk away and, take advantage of this thing called their new journey of life. And unfortunately, that means you being out of the picture. And during this time, dumpers go through a series of phases. And I do want to make clear to you that even though a person walks away from you or ends a relationship, even a marriage, it doesn't mean that they don't love you. It just means that the level of connection, engagement, compatibility, chemistry, attraction, a multitude of those things have fallen or have completely vanished. And maybe they're engaging in other activities, such as becoming obsessed with what they see on social media. Unfortunately, some people have engaged in outside or extramarital affairs and convincing and believing that those people or those things are better options for them. All things being very painful for you, the dumpy, the person that's being left. There's no doubt that this is going to be absolutely a devastation to your future plans with this person, the history you've shared. And of course, it makes you feel like, did this person ever love me? Did they ever really have an intention of creating a future with me, spending their life with me? Why did I do all that I've done and given all that I've given? I've made an investment of my time, my energy, my resources, my body, my support, my encouragement. There were times where maybe I should have walked away and wanted to walk away, but I didn't give up, right? As dumpies or the persons that are left, we go through all this. And when that person walks away, they have made up their mind that there's something beyond you and what they share with you that's going to give them or offer them what fulfills them. And so in this journey, you must let them go. Open the door, sayonara, goodbye. And as painful and agonizing that this is going to be, you must allow them that space to go and figure out for themselves, based on their choices, their own merit, that this is what's going to fulfill and add to their life, as though they felt that you couldn't do for them. And you may be left feeling like, oh my God, I'm going to go in no contact, radio silent, and they're not going to remember me anymore. They're going to forget me. They're going to meet someone else and live happily ever after. Well, let me be the first to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it almost never works that way. Unless you were extremely abusive, mentally, physically, financially, if you had very, very, very poor hygiene habits, if you were neglectful, if you had severe substance abuse problems, if you were diagnosed as a severe narcissist, if you were consistently imposing and offending and deceiving, and these are the people that, yes, are often forgotten because you are causing trauma and pain that a person oftentimes lives with for the rest of their life. So if you fit any of those categories, it is quite possible that this person desperately wants to forget you. But if you overall had a good relationship and there was love and respect and honor, and maybe some things just changed, some things just fell out of attraction, and this person just felt that they needed something more, something different, something else, they didn't walk away from you because of lack of love. They walked away from you from lack of fulfillment and happiness. And so over time, they're going to go through different stages. And most often the first stage of no contact, when you officially have gotten your feelings out, you've kicked, you screamed, you've begged, you've pleaded, you've stalked their social media, you've done it all, and you finally retreat and go in no contact, radio silent, this person that has walked away from you is indulging into their relief stage. And that relief stage is where they start to feel that they made the right choice. They start engaging in activities that otherwise they probably were not doing in the relationship. That might include hanging out a little bit more, maybe indulging in drinking, smoking, partying, maybe vacationing. Some people end up monkey branching or rebounding. Some people indulge into hanging out with their single friends, taking on new habits. It just depends. They have a list of things that in their mind they must do now that they are single and free. And so over time, all these activities, all this hanging out, eventually starts to get old, boring, and tired. Because for a true adult who shared a true commitment in a relationship, and experienced holidays together, birthdays together, the moments where they were down in the pits and the person that was with them gave them support and affection, consistent sexual intimacy, mental intimacy. You guys had your inside jokes, the foods that you most love to share, the favorite movies, even makeup sex, even how you recovered from arguments. All these things begin to become nostalgic to the dumper. Because a lot of their single friends get tired and no longer become or stay single. Some of their friends move on to get married. Some of their friends move on back to their exes. They get tired of being the single person at the club. They get tired of vacationing alone. And they become nostalgic about you. Because unfortunately, a very common characteristic with dumpers is arrogance. And the belief that you will be standing still waiting for them, because you've exhibited these behaviors upon the breakup. But when you're quiet, you're silent, they have no access to you, perhaps you're ignoring some of their breadcrumbing, they start to wonder if they made the right choice. And this is when their memory of you surfaces on steroids. It becomes so prevalent to them, so overwhelming, so consuming, because you are showing them that you value yourself, that you have integrity, self-respect, and that most importantly, you're respecting their choice of what it is that they wanted to do away from you to be, quote unquote, happier. And so by you remaining in that space and taking on that posture, and also, working on you and the things that perhaps you could be accountable for that contributed to the breakup, and working on those things, whether it's your health, your aesthetics, your way of communicating, your energy, just recognizing some of the ways that you could have, been different in the relationship, evolved with your person and engaged with them in different ways, maybe become more open-minded, maybe more sexual, more fun. A lot of times in a relationship, we get so complacent and we become so used to the way that things were that we no longer can see that how things could be. We become closed-minded and we think that the way they fell in love with us is the way that it always is supposed to be. And you have to remember that over time, people evolve. They get interested in different things. They want to try new things. They want to learn new things. They want to experience new things. And if you are shut from being able to offer that experience to your partner, as long as it's respectable and moral and within your standards and boundaries, you oftentimes can become very boring to your partner, and they lose interest and loss of attraction. You can very well take a step back on your health, your weight. All these things are very important. You want to maintain attraction. You want to keep fun in the relationship. Monotony is something that oftentimes kills a relationship. You want to continue dating in your relationship. You want to maintain your own life away from your person in your relationship. And that means having your own friends and hobbies and visiting family and taking girl trips or hanging out with your friends and having guy time and doing the things that as a man you enjoy outside of your relationship, because everything can't just be your person. If your person is the source of your happiness, then you're putting it on them to manage you, manage your emotions, manage your happiness. And this, again, oftentimes could become extremely overwhelming and cause a very severe loss of attraction, amongst other things. And so, if any of those things resonated with you while you're in no contact, this is the best time to attack, to go after these things and dramatically improve the quality and the version of who you are. And while you're doing these things and you remain radio silent, no contact, meaning you're not checking their social media, you're not calling, you're not texting, you're not showing up where they are, you're not talking to their family, you're not asking about them, they become disturbed. And it's when they start to remember you the most. It's when they start to want to reach out. It's when they start to reconsider. But a person can never forget you if you are always there. A person can never forget you if you are always there. And when I say always there, don't get this confused by stalking, texting, and calling. That is not what I mean by always there. What I mean by always there is in their presence of thought. And in order for you to always be there in their presence of thought, you must be absent. In order for them to maintain you alive in their presence of thought, you must physically be absent. In other words, people fall more in love in the absence of their partner. They miss them more in the absence of their partner. So while you are struggling through no contact and often texting and begging and sending these long messages, then they don't have a reason to miss you. They don't have a reason to really want to get back to you because they know that you're still there waiting on them. But as long as access is denied, when they know that they have no way of knowing who you're with, what you're doing, do you even love them? Did you even love them to begin with? Why are you not fighting for me? Why are you not stalking, texting, calling? Why are you not popping up on me? Oh my God, was it all along that you really wanted me to leave? All these things is what's created in your absence. So stay absent, stay in no contact or radio silent. Take a break off social media and detox and emerge a better version of you. Emerge a stronger version of you with boundaries and standards that cannot be broken, and allow this person to come chasing after you with their tail tucked between their legs and letting them confess to you that they're willing to put in the effort to reconcile with you. And until then, and only then, must you remain in no contact. And while you remain in no contact, radio silent, and you work on you and go within and work on what really matters, and that's putting you first and getting yourself back up on that pedestal and taking them down and allowing yourself to not be the fan and treating them like they're the celebrity. There's no way possible that this person can ever forget you. They will think of you, miss you more, and want you more. They'll become more magnetic towards you, more attractive. Attraction grows, and this is where the tables will turn. If you are struggling with understanding what this looks like, go to my video called the Dumper to Dumpy Timeline, and you will understand the different phases that the dumper goes through in connection to the different phases that the dumpy goes through. And then you can understand the alignment and why this often happens if and only if you remain true to yourself, for yourself first and foremost in no contact, and allow the byproduct of you putting you first in no contact is them coming back and chasing you, because you will not be forgotten. So I hope that this video helps. If you have any questions, post them in the comments. If you need coaching is back open. Please refer to the comments for the details on how to reach out to me to schedule a coaching session. And it's also in the details below. Remember, guys, that you have the power. Thank you for supporting, and on to the next video.